Zaffer presents The Empire, written and read by Michael Ball. To Kathy, for keeping the engine running. Overture and Beginners. At 5 minutes past midnight in the smoke-stained offices of the Highbridge Gazette, Edison Potter heard a clattering of footsteps up the staircase from the print room. Checking the time, he turned the dials on the brass perpetual calendar on his desk so that it read Wednesday, the 22nd of March, 1922. His section editors had heard the footsteps too. As the office boy handed Edison the mock-up of the first edition, warm and inky from the press, they shuffled into his glassed-off office and stood in a hushed arc around his desk, hardly daring to breathe. Edison turned his attention to the paper, chewing on his unlit cigar with the steady deliberation of a watchful bull. He looked at the first page. Advertisements and announcements, the prices of corn and cotton, no repetitions and the layout clear enough. He turned the page and reached the meat of it. City mourns Sir Barnabas Lassiter, Baronet. Funeral of Highbridge industrialist takes place at Cathedral. Crowds line city streets. Packed service a celebration of remarkable life of a city benefactor. Edison sniffed. He continued to turn the pages with a slowness that made the men around him break out in a sweat. Tributes to Sir Barnabas, some in verse, a couple of letters praising the dead man's charitable works, then on to other news. A murder trial, pleasingly squalid. Foreign affairs and the court circular. The sporting world, a nature piece, theatre news. Good, Edison thought. He gave no comment but an occasional grunt. The only other sound was the barely audible hum of the electric lights and, at the other end of the newsroom, the distant chatter of the telegraph machine. He made the final turn and studied the advert which filled the back page. "The Queen of Paris," it blared, above a sketch of a young woman in an old-fashioned ball gown. Miss Stella Stanmore stars in a magnificent revival of Sir Barnabas Lassiter's favourite musical entertainment, a tribute to the beloved owner of the Empire. 2 weeks only, from the 15th of April, commencing with a gala evening performance, all proceeds to the Lassiter Veterans Fund. Edison raised his eyebrows. Bold choice of entertainment, given Lady Lassiter's former career, he observed. The men around him, eager as whippets, remained motionless and silent. This was the crucial moment. "Print it." The office boy raced out of the room and the section editors relaxed, secure in their employment for another day. They lit cigarettes and slapped one another on the back. Edison leant back in his chair, finally ignited his cigar and looked up at the ceiling. His editors were still fumbling for ashtrays and matches when they felt the vibration of the presses starting up, thrumming through the building. "A bold choice," Edison repeated. As the long staircase clock in the hall of Lassiter Court chimed 1, Fenton Hewitt, butler and valet to the late Sir Barnabas, pushed open the door to the library. "Many apologies, Lady Lassiter," he said, with a start on seeing Lady Lassiter at her husband's desk in the centre of the long, shadowy room. "I believed you had retired." Lady Lassiter glanced up and smiled at him. She had an old-fashioned kerosene lamp on the table, alongside a pile of manila folders in front of her. She held a silver fountain pen in her pale, gloveless hand, and at her elbow stood a cut-glass tumbler with an inch of whiskey in it. She was still in the neat black outfit that she'd worn to the funeral, not a hair out of place, and in this light she could have passed for 30. "I shall retire in a little while. I sent Gladys to bed an hour ago. The poor child was fit to drop. Don't wait up, Hewitt. I'll see to the lights." "It's been a long day, madam," Hewitt said, hoping to persuade her to retire at once. "It has, but I think if I fail to read everything—"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?